So I'm honored tonight to have Wanda Kehwin with us, and she actually brought a book for the raffle. She has to go, but she has a little one. But I wanted to say we were talking to Michael Wasi Soma from Ghana, and he mentioned you, and he said, "Oh, how is that lady with the wonderful book in the?" And I said, "Doghouse." And she said, "Oh, she had a baby, and you were trying to help while she was reading because the baby was after the book." So anyway, he sends readings. He's doing a lot of different things. Michael's a great tall one, and Kwame is a little one that we've had here at West. So Wanda Kehwin is from the Kehwin Cree First Nation in Alberta. Oh dear, she has an old bio too. She doesn't live in North Vancouver right now, but she studied criminology at NEC, Douglas College, sociology and Aboriginal studies at Langara, and attended the SFU's TWS Creative Writing Program. She grew up on a reservation, and a huge part of her writing is created from the injustices she saw and experienced. Her work is published in UBC's Aboriginal Anthology, Salish Seas, I think that's the one she bought for the raffle. And she has shared her truths through many readings. She has 2 daughters and 2 sons who definitely inspire her writing and heal through the creative writing process. Her first book of poetry, In the Doghouse, published by Talon Books, was launched at the World Poetry Canada International Peace Festival at UBC. She received an World Poetry Empowered Poets Award at the festival, and she's also a co-host of the World Poetry Cafe radio show. And the one thing that's lovely about Wanda is she's so spontaneous, and yet she's so sensitive to people that are having traumas and able to relate to them in a really beautiful way. So without further ado, please welcome Wanda Kehwin. She'll be co-hosting next week with Angelica Podorowski, who's coming in as a guest.
Good evening, everybody. Everybody seems to gravitate towards this, even though it's not working.
It is supposed to be working.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Hear you.
Thank you for that awesome welcome, and thank you for keeping me up to date on my reading and writing. And I'll have something new to add to my bio. I got accepted into the UBC BFA program.
Oh.
I'll add that when I've done that. So I'm waiting to hear if I get into the creative writing program.
All right.
So, I think a lot of people know me for writing like about colonization and a lot of deep stuff. So I thought I'd write something and bring something that was a little bit more fun about being a mom, being a mother. So this is my attempt at humorous writing. So if anybody breaks down, you know, then
It's okay.
And it's actually my first year I've actually had to read with glasses on.
Woo.
I'm like, oh my God, that's part of
I
aging.
can see you.
Oh, there you guys are. This is, I was a single mother for many years. And so there's a lot of things that come with being a single mom. And so this came out of that, working and going to school and doing all that fun stuff with my children. There we go. You won't know when. You won't know how. You won't even know why. But one day, to your dismay, lo and behold, grape jelly will speckle your ceiling. In comfortable globules of no-name purple goo against bumpy off-white. And scrubbing it is not an option because those darn bumpy things, for whatever purpose, you don't know what the purpose is for those bumpy things. This is actually the first time I've read this in public.
Sounds good.
It's supposed to sound fun, and I'm going to try and make it fun. Because those darn bumpy things, you can't wash them off, because if you tried to wash them off, it'll make you feel like you dove headfirst into sand with your eyes wide open, which wouldn't be the first time. You won't know when, you won't know how, you won't even know why. When you look up and clasp your hands in prayer, in an attempt to breathe deep after a long day of work, there before your very eyes, spaghetti sauce and a lone strand of overcooked spaghetti hang in the balance of gravity and fear. And the deep breath you were waiting to take has now turned into a big sigh. And never mind cleaning it, because you don't want any useless bumps in your droopy, baggy eyes. Another day goes by and the Lone Ranger is still on the ceiling, part of the decor. You won't know when, you won't know why, you won't even know how. But one day, when all you want to do is sleep, you will find on your head clumps of wet toilet paper. Magically falling like mini snowflakes, each a unique toilet paper flake. As you drag yourself up the stairs, and again your deep breath of renewal at the end of the day is nothing more than a sigh. And you make it to bed, dropping dead with clumps of wet toilet paper in your hair that needs to be washed tomorrow. You won't know when, you won't know why, and you won't even know how ketchup splatters the wall. And your first instinct is to check if everyone is alive. As you rush around, checking all the rooms for injured dogs, cats, rats, or kids who may be in need of a Band-Aid or possibly a blood transfusion. When all you want to do is sit and have a good read, or perhaps even a damn good cry. But the red smear on the wall doesn't just disappear. So one day you never get your deposit back. Because your house looks like some sort of purple and brown and red on white shirt laundry commercial that no detergent can ever get out. Which reminds you, laundry day is sometime this year because no one has clean underwear. You won't know how, you won't even know when. But the chair you sink deeply in will suddenly fall apart. And you land on your ass. On the unvacuumed floor. And so you get up with new lint and dog hair dedicated to your pants that was never in style anyways. Not with the mini penguins dancing on it and faded pink scarves. You attempt to sigh, but you're too tired. Some smart creature has wedged the third leg under the particle board chair. The four-pillar approach with one weak pillar will not succeed. And you wonder who, what, when, and why IKEA became the enemy because you're too tired to get to the bottom of things. Like why your ass hit the floor. You won't know when, you won't know how, and you won't even know why. There is a spider in the hallway under a champagne glass, and you will think to yourself, at least someone is using the glass for the celebration of life. The spider isn't dead yet. Because no one will kill it for fear of retaliation, so they stick him under a champagne glass and wait for Mom to get home. And you will sigh and wonder why if you should flush him down the toilet, but then you cringe, thinking if you were surrounded by glass, which reminds you of work, you'd rather not. You'd rather not take a swim into the smelly unknown, and so you will slide a picture, possibly a maxi pad box, under him, and pick him up with the glass and stare him down, walking the spider outside fuming, warning him not to come back. Talking to him like he's a stalker because he's the only one waiting for you at night. You tell him if he comes back, the next stop won't be under a glass with a maxi pad box cushioning his 8 hairy legs. And then you will remember you have to shave your own tomorrow. You won't know when, you won't know why, you won't even know how the cat got caught 60 feet in a tree. And the fire department says your daughter called saying a family member was stuck in a tree trying to come down. And you shake your head and you wish for your bed. As they kindly tell you, you will not be charged for this. probably because of the bits of toilet paper in your hair that definitely aren't sexy sparkles. And your penguin pajamas have seen one too many days and not enough washes. So you stand there with the cat meowing, holding your pants up, with the whole neighborhood watching, and the darn cat is laughing. You won't know when, you won't even know why, and you won't even know how. But one day, when you least expect it, your head will be spinning with responsibilities and clever solutions and ways to survive, and your heart will ache, and the very great monsters, spaghetti-throwing tricksters, chair-breaking sneakers, ketchup and toilet paper wasters, spider-jailing done-it-agains will give you a pen-holding golden macaroni jar made with the last of your emergency soup reserves and say, "I love you." And your tired heart will break, and after replenishing the grape jam, the ketchup, the toilet paper, the spaghetti, the macaroni, and throwing out the chair and ushering out the spider, you will think to yourself you wouldn't have it any other way.